Hello, Leo, and welcome to your August 2023 Timeless Psychic Scope. I'm your reader, Amy Burgoyne. Oh my goodness, so happy birthday, first of all. And I'm feeling for you intuitively, first off the bat, that this is going to be a really great year, and I'm going to say it's going to be a year of abundance. So really, depending on who you are, where you're at on this earth, how old you are, the resources that you have, really depends on the type of abundancy. So if you are somebody who has financial resources, you may be doing a lot of traveling. Some of you, I feel like, are getting ready to take a hiatus, a little vacation, some time off. This could be through divorce. This could be trying to figure out what direction you need to take in business. We are dealing right now with the Lionsgate, and I'm saying dealing because I know a lot of my clients and students, it's been quite an emotional uproar for them. So I am feeling that there is this sense of going away and kind of, I guess, isolating for a little bit. If you're somebody that doesn't have the resources to travel or to rent a home or purchase a new home, then you may be looking at having to do a little bit more internal work and also some work around gratefulness and what it is to authentically receive. So for most of you, you've either been in or are currently in a situation or lifestyle, most likely that you didn't so much choose, but you have a lot of things kind of going on behind the scenes. But I also feel like a lot of you are giving the benefit of the doubt to the people that you have had or ended up surrounding yourself by. Some of you right now, if you're sort of in that financial situation where you have to do sort of some internal work, I would highly recommend being out in nature as much as possible and or by the water. This is a time of cleansing. This is a very powerful time of year for you. And the universe, your guides, everything that you connect with, even if you don't know what to call it on the other side, these benevolent beings, they want you to know that they hear you. It sounds to me like your heart, I feel like it's like in a box, sort of. And Spirit's reminding me to tell you to stay open to new possibilities. I think in the next year, there's going to be some realizations of some of you being a little bit manipulated. This could be through your own feelings, okay, through some past trauma or drama, shock, and you really have been on a solo journey. Some of you, you have family members, possibly parents, that have been really unavailable to you. So I feel like you're a person that's here to ground energy. I also feel like it's important to give you the message that you are worth so much more than anybody in this world has ever given you credit for. It feels to me that there could be quite a bit of mental illness that's running through some particular aspects of your life. I feel like there's been this story happening over generations for you. And it feels like it has to do with the maternal part of the family. So know that after this year, I feel like there's going to be a cycle that's going to be breaking. For some of you, there is a lot of birthing that's going to be happening towards the end of the month. So some of you may be very fertile right now. You want to be very careful if you're not looking to birth a child into this world, but some of you are birthing new ideas, new projects. So this is a great time. So keep going forward with that. I'm feeling like you might want to just pick through and weed some of these ideas. And I do feel that it's a good time to look for someone to assist you in the direction you want to go. So for some of you, this is going to be mental and emotional. So you might want to find somebody that you can confide in to kind of tell somebody your story. Maybe some of you finding a responsible individual that you're close to, but you know that you can completely confide in. This is having to do with major conversations around how someone is behaving. A lot of you were born kind of an adult into this world on some level. You were born holding the space for other people. And this also is what has happened generational for you. And there's been a lot of energy and power that has been put aside because there's like this rat race that is a generational thing, it feels like. A mindset. So for a lot of you, it is time to pick up a phone. There's so many options out there to healing, okay? You even have online resources now. So for a lot of you, you do have people around you that do want to listen to you, but it's going to probably be that person that stands out the most. It may be the person that might intimidate you a little bit, but you know that their heart is soft. So don't be shameful in confiding to others. Just make sure that they're on your side before you open up. It's time. It's time to share your grief. And grief doesn't have to be from a loss. Grief can be from something that you've never gotten a chance to experience before. But as this grief comes out, you are ending that story. So for some of you, sharing the story is going to be coming to an end. Some of you are really kind of also coming into a part of your life where I feel like you're gaining a little bit more freedom for whatever direction that is. So keep focusing on that. Keep focusing on that freedom and what your future life is going to look like, and keep moving in that direction. Stay in your lane. If you stay in your lane, it's easier to get to where you want to go. I often think too of a scenario when you're boating and you're in the open water. And if you're trying to get to a different point and a different point, you're in this boat and you're trying to steer towards the direction that the waves are coming. Because if you go sideways, you have a great chance of tipping the boat over. But that comes with a little bit of an obstacle. So if your destination is straight ahead, but the tide and the waves are coming on at a different angle, you a lot of times have to go straight, and then you cut, and then you straighten back out. So you're using the water to get you where you want to go, and because you understand this concept, it becomes easier to navigate. Let's dig into the first card. The first card that I've picked for you today is the 10 of Cups. A whole new different way of living. This looks really great. And life, of course, comes with happiness, it comes with pain, it comes with sorrow. That's just life. So as long as you are able to feel these things and then just let it go, just give gratitude that you're able to feel and you're able to change the course of your direction. If you were an animal and you needed to change, you had that emotional sense, an animal has less opportunity to do that because they can't take the steps that a human being would take. So stepping up into living at that high vibrational human level, okay, where you know that you can make the choices. Sometimes it's not making choices. So there's a lot of fertility happening. I'm just going to put that out there. So for some of you who are looking to change direction, you are very fertile at this time. If you're looking to end a relationship, this might not be a good time to fool around. So you may end up with a child that connects you with this person for the rest of your life. So these choices, and these are all examples, of course, but these choices are the course of direction you're plotting. It's just like somebody who has this lack of mentality. They grew up with it. They've seen this in generational situations within their family, and they're looking back now and they're thinking, man, you didn't form those deep relationships with people. You're very smart. You're breaking that cycle. You have formed deep relationships. Also, just a reminder for you that stress and anxiety, they can be big features in your life. If you're experiencing any level of course, paranoia, okay, you need to get out and you need to get some physical exercise. You need to get your endorphins going, so it sort of like brings this cleansing and wash over your mental and emotional connection. And for some of you, you're reaching burnout. Okay. Some of you are actually taking things to help you sleep at night when really all you would need to do is to walk a mile after dinner. So a lot of these little things that you can change. You're a human being. You have the right, you have the will, you have the freedom. It might be a little confined. Once you learn to play with the energy and play with your choices, things start to become easier for you, and then you start to grow a life that you're going to completely fall in love with. Okay. The next card that I have for you is contemplation and discernment. Take time to understand or know something through the power of spirit. Making the choices that are good for you keeps you on a high vibration. So understanding something through the spirit, you're hearing this message, this is coming through spirit, you're looking for a sign, this is it. So you also, with this card, this includes perceiving the true character of people and the source and meaning of spiritual manifestations. So with this card, you do realize that other people that are around you on an everyday basis, they do have some sort of control and manipulation, depending on how well they jive and how fair they want to play. They can block you from manifesting. So take time to understand or know something through the power of spirit. This also means acknowledging those periods of time where you feel like you need to cry. That's divine. That's divine. That's an energetic way of clearing your body. So also looking at other people and their character. If things aren't adding up with people in your life, you have the free will to move on and don't feel bad about it, okay? Because no one is going to make choices for you except for yourself. Okay, so the next card I have, this is the Ten of Swords. Well, I believe you have somebody in your life that's not being completely honest with you, and I do feel that there is a sense of manipulation. So it sort of falls into alignment with what we've been talking about. Okay, either this is you or this is somebody very close to you that has a mentality of, poor me, nothing's going right. So this foretells to me of some sort of loss on some level. I also want to talk to you about going back and revisiting things that you've already let go of. Why are you second guessing your intuition? Why are you going back to things that keep you put in that box? Are you actually looking for a safety net? I'm being told it's time to start opening up, being honest with yourself. Through some of these transitions, breakups, Some of you could be dealing with some sort of failed investment. It's really going to benefit you for the highest good. Things can only get better from here. That is, of course, if you make those right decisions that keep you in a high frequency. It also feels they're showing me a big pair of scissors. So this is definitely cutting things out. If you are not yielding financially through a project, it's time to just move on and do something else. I'm also being told too that some people use sympathy and the poor me for a weapon and a misuse of power. It really feels like to me that this is something that is happening directly to some of you. Some of you don't even see it in the full spectrum. So what I feel like is those of you who are in a situation where you are having to go inward and do all of this work, finding that person to talk to that you can trust, that you know will take it to their grave. It's going to be really important for you in your future. For some of you who have that financial abundance, you can still have some of this stuff going on. For some of you, it's maybe the loss of that house that you used to go to find solitude. So there's always 100 different ways, with each person that things can play out. But it really feels like Spirit is nudging you to find somebody to talk to. You also are being kind of manipulated emotionally through somebody else's bullshit. So yeah, it feels to me that there is some endings that are coming. This is coming right at the Lion's Gate. And of course, 8/8 being the most powerful time of that gate. And it feels to me that some of you, your heart is being drawn toward, of course, we have the card here from the Women of the Woods, the sanctuary and neutrality. It's necessary to recharge from the chaos, from the day-to-day grind. Your higher self is asking for acceptance and permission to seek this in whatever way feels right to you. Why are you going away from your intuition? Because you can't control the environment right now in which your intuition is supposed to be developing. And the more chaotic it is, the less it is energetically impossible to trust your direction. So, happy birthday. This is going to be the biggest present, all of this releasing for you, because it just means that the next step is waiting. We can only have so much energy that we can contain and hold. And some of us have this birthright that we've seemed to be birthed into, where we have abundance and we have everything that we need. That is far and few between for just about everybody. I can honestly tell you that. So whatever it is that you're about to go through, know that this is for the very best. Grieve it if you need to. Take some time out to go to the place that you are getting ready to lose or have to walk away from, and give yourself some time to grieve. As I said, here's sanctuary and neutrality. I said some of you are getting ready to go find some solitude somewhere. But this is going to be all for the best. Whenever we have something big like the Lion's Gate that happens, and it does happen annually, this is the beautiful opportunity to take to step into whatever is new. So know that we only have control over our emotions, our spiritual health, and our surroundings, but sometimes we don't even have complete control over those. So imagine what it's like in the universe. The universe brought you here. The universe is conspiring to be on your side. So Leo, hold on tight. You're not the only sign that's feeling this. Every sign is going to be going through something like this. It's just that this is how this specifically connects to you. So with lots of love and light sent to you, be free, be brave, and be benevolent. Till next time, Leo, Be well.